Hi guys, this is Emily Copelli for Girl Designer Designs, and for today's card I'll be using the Snow Angel and Snowman Francis stamp set. First of all, I want to let you guys know that I have been using the Louis Cornell Studio Elements brushes. These are watercolor brushes and I got them at Joann's for a very affordable price. I have been using them and I have liked them so far. I definitely like that they are pretty pointy and I can get into very small little details with them. Now into the coloring, I started stamping my images on a Strathmore watercolor paper using my archival ink in jet black. And I'm using my distress inks in Tumbled Glass, Stormy Sky, Cracked Pistachio, Evergreen Bow, Dried Marigold, and Vintage Photo. By the way, I want to apologize because I didn't post last week since there have been a couple of events in my life that have taken a lot of time for me. First of all, I started a new full-time job and that is really affecting my posting and everything because that is obviously taking a lot of my time. Also, I recently moved to a new apartment, so I have been working with the moving and everything, so I apologize for the lack of videos. Plus, now that I finally started the full-time job like I just mentioned, I am not really sure if I'll be able to post every single week, so I apologize in advance. I will do my best to keep up with my channels and keep posting as much as possible. But it might happen that I start posting every other week or that I just have to skip a couple of weeks, depending on the week itself. Also, I always like commenting back to the comments you guys leave me in both my blog and my videos because that is the way I have to let you know that I read the comments and that I appreciate them. But if I just stop replying to the comments, know that I still read your comments, guys. I read every single one of them and I appreciate every single one of them. So just wanted to let you guys know. And in addition, if you hear a bit of echo, again, that is because of the new apartment. I am still trying to figure out the best setup for my videos, for my filming, and for everything. But hope that you can still keep enjoying my channel and my videos. Now I'll use my Tumbled Glass Distress ink and a round blending tool to color one side of the inside of my card base. Now I am using this solid row of trees just as a guide to know what area do I have to color. Anyhow, at the end I ended up not using this little image, which is from my Long Phone Snow Day stamp set. Instead, I used the solid individual bigger trees in that same stamp set, which you will see later on in the card. Also, I decided to use some snowflakes from my Long Phone Winter Alpaca mini stamp set, along with this soft pool ink from Hero Arts to stamp some snowflakes in the sky of my card to add some more detail. Here I have another panel out of regular white cardstock, which is the same width as my card base, which is 5.5 inches. And as you can see, I scored it 1 inch from the bottom, and now I am going to die cut it with my heels border die. So it doesn't really matter how tall this panel is because I was going to die cut it anyway. Once I have it die cut, I have my pop-up panel almost ready. Now I just have to add some little strips to stick it to my card base. For this I cut 2 little strips of cardstock. Again, the length doesn't really matter as well as the width. What really matters is that that area in the middle is as long as the area on the bottom of the pop-up panel. So since I scored my pop-up panel 1 inch from the bottom, That means that middle area in those little strips of cardstock is also 1 inch long. Then I simply had to add adhesive to the bottom area of my strip and stick it to my pop-up panel, specifically to the heels area, and then I added adhesive to the bottom area of my pop-up panel to stick it down to my card base, aligning the edge of my pop-up panel against the score line in my card base. Then I will push backward those little strips of cardstock, and then I'll go ahead and add the adhesive to the other little area in the strips of cardstock, and like I just mentioned, push them backward and then close the card base. And once you open the card, they should be placed perfectly. And here is the pop-up in the inside of my card, which I am absolutely loving. It was so easy to make and it makes such a huge difference in the card. Then I'll just add some adhesive to the bottom of my bigger snowman and sticking it down to the heel and the little trees that I stamped, which I mentioned before. For those I used my Viridian and Sap Green archival ink pads, and for the trunk of the trees I used my tea dye distress marker just to add that little extra detail. As you can see, I also stick them down with my runner adhesive wherever I wanted them to be. And for the little berries in the trees, you could leave them white, but I wanted to add even more detail as well as a little pop of red. So for this I used my Stardust Sakura Jelly Roll pen in red. This way I added some color like I just mentioned, and also I added some glitter to the inside of my card without adding any bulkiness to it, since this gel pen dries completely flat. So I really liked using this Jelly Roll pen for this. And again, I really love this card. I love the soft colors I used, as well as the snowman images. They are just adorable. And the pop-up layout makes a huge difference in images like this, because this way you can clearly see that the little snowman is on the ground making a snow angel. And the pop-up panel was so easy to make. I really see myself making more pop-up cards for this Christmas season. So stay tuned if you are interested in seeing more like this. And also notice that for the front of my card, I'll probably just add a dry emboss panel or a huge happy holidays die cut or something like that I might make with my scan and cut. So I'll keep the front of the card very simple so that the scene in the inside of my card pops even more. Well guys, this is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the likes button if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!